everyone, this is Ryan Mitchell from thetinylife.com. I wanted to make a quick video about the floor insulation in my tiny house. So I'm using expanded polystyrene foam, which is the white foam, not the blue or the pink foam. I believe it's the pink foam that you find at your standard Home Depot, Lowe's, home improvement store. It's actually favored by bugs and little pests. They like to burrow into it. So this is the stuff of choice. I opted for this over the pink standard fiberglass insulation because this has a much higher R value, almost double, and the downside with the fiberglass insulation is that over time it begins to sag and compress, and it gradually loses its insulative properties. And so basically you're starting at a lower R value and then it's just shrinking from there. This stuff doesn't shrink. It's been shown to kind of hold its own over a couple decades, so it's pretty solid. And so what I'm doing is I'm cutting my panels here, and before I put it in, you can see I sealed the edges, and I'm using two pieces here, a 2-inch and a 3/4 inch piece to fill the gap, and that is about filling it up almost perfectly. So we're maximizing our insulation here. And one tip or thing that I kind of found out the hard way is that don't try to insulate in the morning because you have all the condensation on your panels. I suppose you could cover it with tarp. I didn't think to last night. So when I woke up this morning, I found that there was a lot of condensation on the panels, and it meant that I'm gonna have to wait for the sun to hit them and dry them out so that we're not sealing in any moisture in the process. We want it very dry when we seal up the cavity. Right now I'm laying in my foam board into the cavities to insulate the floor of the house. And I want to show you how you do that. All you need is your foam board, a ruler, and a razor blade. If you're cutting a long piece, you may want to use a 2x4 as a straight edge. But this is really not exacting work, just because you're going to drop in the cavity, and then any gaps you're going to fill with the expanding spray foam. So first you want to measure your gap here. And then one quick trick that I learned is you can measure your distance, and then instead of marking it, just push down until you hear that pop. And now you got a mark right there. You don't have to pick up a pencil, mark it, put it down, all that. And then you go to the other side and you do the same thing. And there you go. So now to cut it, it's pretty simple. And like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. Put your razor blade out as far as you can, and then just drag it